afternoon, and as I said, so we started with a little bit of discussion on the subjects and subject selection in class 8. So I will once again tell, whatever you have in 7 and 8, give in your best shot. Try in, all the exams are important, all homeworks are important. Submit. Don't lose out marks for non-submission. If you make mistakes, that is different. Making mistakes helps you learn, but not submitting is just like losing out marks, being very casual. It's not the way out. Okay, not attempting is not the solution to learning. Okay, this is something very important. Now, what I would like to say is, we started with energy and power resources as our first topic for term 1 in geography. History and geography till class 10, it is compulsory. You will have to do it. Then in class 11, you may choose it, you may not choose it, depending on what stream you want to follow. Yes, Shinjana, before your puja break starts, you will be having one assessment at least in history and in geography. You will definitely be having so. So temporarily, right now, we can say maybe the last week of September or the very beginning of October is the plan. Now, we learned what is renewable energy, what is non-renewable, what is conventional, what is non-conventional. So we start with renewable energy and we'll go one by one. Renewable means can be renewed within a short span of time, or can be regenerated or recreated, whatever word you use, can be regenerated or recreated within a short span of time. The first one of them is wood. Okay, why are we saying wood is renewable? Why do you think so?
Because
We can plant trees and get wood back.
Replanted.
We can plant trees. Absolutely.
plant trees.
Very simply, you said, because we can
Saplings.
plant trees. If we are cutting down trees and taking the wood from the trees, it is very important that we do afforestation. We call this afforestation. We plant trees as well, because if we plant trees, at least, many of the trees, they take few years to grow, but then at least within the lifespan of one man only, you will see the trees regenerating. So if there is deforestation, it is very important to have afforestation. Wood has been,
They said when we cut one tree, plant 2 trees.
yes, if you cut one tree, plant 2 trees. Absolutely. Because it's very important. Bhutan is one country of the world which has more trees. It has the amount of trees.
That's what I saw in a short. They have the most amount of trees.
I went to Bhutan.
And the
Ma'am,
amount
I guess
of
they're
carbon
making tree houses
dioxide
also. I mean,
it
they're covering
generates.
the house with trees,
Yes,
leaves.
all the trees absorb the carbon dioxide, and very little carbon dioxide is there in the atmosphere. It's
And the cars
quite
produce very little
clean.
pollution, and they can
Yes,
absorb all the pollution.
absolutely. The trees absorb the pollution, pollutants, and Bhutan is called a carbon negative country because of the very small amount of carbon dioxide it has in the atmosphere. Hence, global warming and many problems are avoided because of the trees. Also, the trees, the hill slopes, it's a hilly place. So in the hill slope, the mountain slopes, planting trees helps in preventing landslides and many other problems are solved. Anyway, but wood has been a conventional source of energy for years and years to mankind, because man has
Can I
got
ask
wood
something?
and cooked. Yes.
Ma'am, you told that we can grow back the trees, but the trees take a very long time to grow, and the rate where the wood is getting, meaning the trees are getting cut
See,
down.
this is a problem of mankind. Firstly, we are the human population is maximum in the world. Now,
So
as
how are we
our
telling that it is
population is,
a renewable energy?
of course, it's a renewable energy, because see, we people are cutting down trees faster than it can grow. But trees can grow. Maybe a tree will take 10 years, 5 years to grow. 10 years, 5 years is not a very long time. 10 years, 5 years, or even if you say a tree takes 20 years to become big and tall, that is also not a long time. But non-renewable ones are ones which takes thousands of years.
They are fossils.
Yes,
Like
it
coal
will
and
take
fossil fuels.
thousands of years, tens and thousands of years to regenerate. Means once
Like fossil fuels.
depleted, you cannot get them for thousands of years. It does not take 10 or 20 or 5 years. It's not only within the lifespan of one man, but lifespans of generations that the thing will not get regenerated. It minimum takes thousands of years to recreate them. When I come to fossil fuels, I'll tell you the reason more in detail. So burning wood, what it gives? It gives heat energy, and that heat energy is used in cooking, is used in, when you're feeling cold, you can keep the rooms
And
warm.
light energy also
Many
is
things.
burned down for light energy.
Light
When
energy,
you-
yes, absolutely. Very good observation. Heat, wood burns and gives you light energy as well. So heat and light, both available from wood. Excellent observation. Now, next is running water. Water has also given man a lot of energy. From water, running water, energy can be used. The most important being to generate electricity. The hydroelectricity projects that are going on in many states. I
Some
don't know
dams.
if you have the creation of dams. Dams are created from which hydroelectricity is generated. Now we are getting the energy basically from running water. Now, what does running water have? Anything in motion, it has
Kinetic
kinetic
energy.
energy. Very good. Kinetic energy and the
Potential energy
stored-
transforms to kinetic energy.
the
The dam.
energy that is stored is called the potential energy. Now, what happened earlier times was, hydroelectricity. If I give you one question, hydroelectricity can be best generated in mountain areas. Give reason why.
And because the mountain
waterfall,
areas are the
waterfall.
places where the rivers originate. So, ma'am,
Ma'am,
and
waterfall.
when
Rivers
you flow from the
originate
river,
Powerful
No,
steam
the-
power.
there will be no
Potential
supply
energy is
of
more.
Some the
gas.
sweet power.
The
you can
from
not it
our
over.
vertical
Okay,
steep inclines for the water to fall down.
Yes, I got the correct answer.
mountains are
There are
vertical,
waterfalls. If you see, when I just said there has to be high amount of energy in water to make the turbines rotate. Okay, if you see, if this is
The
a
waterfalls
what
have
is
high
happening?
gravitational potential energy. So,
Exactly. Now, to make the turbines rotate, the water has to come with great speed and great force. It cannot be very light. It has to have a big force. When the force hits the turbine blade starts rotating. And from
As
water,
much as the speed is there,
when
it
the
will
speed
create more
goes up,
electricity.
yes, as the speed goes up of the turbine, electricity is generated. So now to get that force, water must fall from a height. If the water is moving very slowly, like it goes on in land,
there will
of
be no
course it will not have
And
the
there is a
force
hole
to
in the
rotate.
dam that
It
The
will
turbines
lack
will
the
not
force to
rotate.
rotate. So in your book also you can underline, there's a line, hydropower generation, moving water, usually water falling from a height, is made to strike the blades of a turbine to make it rotate. Hence, because water falling from a height has that kind of force. Okay, it falls with a force, and this force makes the turbines rotate. And when the turbines rotate at a particular speed, hydroelectricity is generated. So to
From the
have that
generator.
force, to get that force, it's the best places are where there is a waterfall, because in that case water is falling from a height and it has that force. Waterfalls, now many places such kind of waterfall is not present. So what has man done? Man has thought. We have brains, we thought of a way of creating
And we are
dams.
paused.
I am paused.
And you were just paused.
Yes,
Oh,
ma'am.
okay,
Yes,
okay.
ma'am, you
My
freeze.
internet connection is unstable. It is showing me. My internet connection is, so what is happening? Wait, let
Ma'am, is
in this
dam only a wall?
dam is like a barricade across the river.
This
Let
blocks
me
the water
just,
to flow.
give me, yes, it is like a barricade across the river. 1 minute. Let me take,
Ma'am, but dams are also dangerous.
absolutely,
Ma'am,
dams
they
are
can cause
very
floods.
dangerous.
They can cause
Destroy
floods
They
and
can cause
floods.
floods
Many
and they
villages
Ah,
have
increase the
dams
risk
can
of
be
earthquakes.
very, very
ecosystems
dangerous. Don't think,
It
let
destroys
me show you
ecosystems also.
something.
But dams can also provide many jobs, like over
That
there.
is fine. Many people who are working on dams, they can definitely work, because you see, when you are
Ma'am,
talking
dams are
about
also
a
very
dam,
expensive.
they are expensive. They give employment, because people who are, can you see the images? Now see, these are working like artificial waterfalls. The force
Yes, ma'am.
with which the water is
Yes.
falling. So at the bottom of the dam, the turbines are placed. So when at the bottom of the dam, if the turbines are placed, and when the turbine rotates, hydroelectricity is generated.
But what are the walls for the gates for?
The gates are closed, means every time if the full water is let out, then there will be flood in the lower areas.
How are these dams made? Specific into the water.
Yes. What?
So why do they open the gates at the top and not at the bottom? Because then the water
See,
flows
this is
go
a
to the
dam.
higher
When
point.
the dam is closed, okay. In this case, the dam is closed. Now, when there is very much water piling up, in the dams have a reservoir.
It's overflowing.
Behind the dam, there is always a reservoir. In that reservoir, the water is stored. Now, suppose there is a dry season, when the water in the lower course is drying up, the river is drying up, the gates are open. The gates of the dams are open, and from the gates of the dams, water comes down. All right. Now, if there is enough water, then they keep the gates closed, because otherwise, if the gates are always kept open and huge amount of water is let to pass, then in the lower reaches of the river, it may cause floods. That is why, dams can be a boon, as well as dams can cause a disaster. Dams can be a
Why do the
boon.
dams
as
open
They
in the
also
water
increase
at
the
the
risk
top
of
and not the
earthquakes.
bottom?
Okay.
More
Ma'am, I
force and
heard
more
that
weight
during
at the
the
bottom
Amphan time, there
See,
was a time
this
where
is a very good
villages were
example
down.
of a dam. Yes, somebody was telling me
Yes,
sometime regarding the movie Mohenjo-daro, when the dam broke. So
Yes, ma'am.
you people have seen it in movies. So what happens? Each dam has a reservoir, okay? And the dams are made up of what? Cement and all those things. Every dam has a particular capacity to hold on to a particular volume of water. But suppose in rainy season, especially in countries like India, where there is huge amount of rainfall, what happens? The reservoir is full. If the reservoir is full, then the people are forced to open the gates, even though the river has a lot of water. Because if you don't let the water in the
It will break.
reservoirs flow out, the dam will break. Each dam can hold a particular amount of water. Now, in dry season, if the gates are open, then the stored water in the reservoir provides water in the drier parts, and then it can prevent droughts. It can prevent droughts, for which the concept of dams was actually thought of, so that during dry season there is no drought, because dams will have a reservoir, they will store the water, and if the river is getting dry, there is no rainfall, the gates of the dams will be opened, and the water that has been stored earlier can be left out in the river. But now what has happened is that sometimes during rainy season, if the rainfall is too much, then the reservoir is full, then when the gates are open, it causes floods in the lower reaches. And if by chance, due to excess water and excess pressure in the dam, a dam breaks, it can cause massive floods. Massive floods.
Ma'am, that is why the design of dams are unique.
The
They are not
design
totally
of
straight.
dams are unique. Where will it cause the flood? Suppose a river is there. Remember in class 6, you did 3 courses of a river. Upper course, middle course,
I have a
lower
question.
course.
Yes, ma'am.
Yes.
Yes,
So
ma'am.
dams are usually built in the upper or the middle course. So if they are there, if the dam breaks in the upper course or the middle course,
Because the
it
gushing
will
water is
always
there.
cause floods in the
The
middle
water
or the
force
lower
will slow
course.
down.
The lower course of the river faces a lot of flooding. Something that has been observed in Bengal also. We have something called the Farakka barrage. If you
How did
got
they build
Bengal
these
and
dams
all.
in the first
The
place?
previous
So
year.
water-
Damodar Valley.
Dam.
Okay.
Ma'am,
Now
can you
you
spell
have
that?
a chart, children. From that chart, you need not remember all the names. Remember few dams and on which river it is. Number 1, you people need to remember this one. Wait.
You have to fill that chart.
I know you have to fill that chart. You
Am I already
please learn. All of them
think
not
so.
needed. I'm telling you.
I have filled the chart.
The chart from page number 64. 64, you will see hydroelectricity, that part. What are the hydroelectric projects in India? Remember Bhakra Nangal in Himachal Pradesh and Punjab. This is like a boon to Punjab, because when Punjab gets dry during the hot summers, it gets, the Bhakra Nangal is opened and the rivers get watered, and the Punjab, because it's a agrarian state, most of the people are farmers, so they need water. The water has been very helpful. So Bhakra Nangal in Himachal Pradesh and Punjab, giving Damodar Valley, DVC of West Bengal and Jharkhand, Damodar Valley on the Damodar River. And another one you need to remember is the Hirakud in Odisha. Okay, Hirakud in Odisha.
Ma'am, can you repeat?
Damodar Valley in West Bengal and Jharkhand, and Hirakud in Odisha. Anyone been to another one in Bengal? It's very, very famous as a boating and tourist spot. There's a dam. Have you been to Maithan Panch?
And there is a Dingalek Dham in that.
Have anyone been to Maithan Panch?
Maithon is in Jharkhand too.
Yes, rather
My
well,
mother
because
has found
water
that,
is-
not me.
Have anyone been to these dams, Maithan Panch, or seen the Farakka barrage?
Yes,
When you
yes, ma'am, I
travel
have
by
visited
a
my
train.
town, but didn't go to the dam.
Damodar Valley is a very important one on the Damodar River.
Ma'am, can I ask something?
Wait. See the DVC project. Very famous.
Yes, ma'am, I know DVC.
Okay, you know about DVC, which is very good. Now, see this.
My uncle works there.
Oh, your uncle works there. That is great. That is very good. So DVC has been a great initiative. But again, this is very, very important. If a dam is created, you have to be very, very careful about handling the dam. Now, advantages of a dam. Number 1, during dry season, if the water in the reservoir is released, it prevents droughts. Number 2, at the bottom of the dam, if there is the turbine placed, it helps in generating hydroelectricity throughout the year. Number 3, you can say a dam, dam can prevent flooding also at times if the water is stored in the right quantity. But what are the disadvantages of dams? Number one, if a dam breaks, then it causes major flood. During rainy season, if the reservoir is full, then the dam gates has to be opened, and in that case also it can cause flooding. So flooding, if a dam can be good, dam can be bad also and cause major flooding. Number three, another very important thing is, in dams, when year after year after year water is being stored, it forms a thick layer of silt at the bottom. All the sediments go and get
I was
settled
going
in
to
the
ask this
bottom,
only.
Becomes shallow.
and the
The river
depth of the
carries so much
reservoir
energy.
becomes shallow. Absolutely. So if that cleaning of those sediments from the bottom is very important, but many times those cleanings are not done due to lack of money and all. So it makes the dams weaker also. So the dams can, the dam storage capacity reduces. But still,
And there was a
tell.
flood in Brahmaputra.
what happens in
somewhere
winter?
recently. The Brahmaputra river somewhere.
Brahmaputra is a like, frequent flooding river. And what happened what did you ask, Angan?
And what happens in winter?
What happens in winter? Winter, as depending on the dryness of the river, the dam gates are opened and closed. There is a timing, there is a pattern when the water is released and then the water is retained in the reservoir. So it's all about how much to release, how much to retain. Now, but another good thing about dams is the hydroelectricity it generates, it is non-polluting. It is non-polluting in the sense it does not cause any air pollution or so, which is caused by coal and petroleum. But dams, hydroelectricity does not pollute the air. But again, another disadvantage is the natural flow of the river is blocked. Many times, marine fishes, marine organisms, they move up and down the rivers during the breeding season. Maybe they go down and they move up. So marine
Especially for us in this month.
the marine ecosystem gets affected. Also, to create a dam, all the nearby areas, the trees are cut down. If there are people living, they have to shift. So that causes a lot of harassment. But once the dam is created, the hydroelectricity that is generated, it does not cause any air pollution, unlike coal. When thermal energy is converted into electrical, which creates a lot of
Hydroelectricity
air
is
pollution.
one of